Nice, nice. Well, my man, my bro, my mentor, my new friend. I really appreciate you being here, man. And I got some questions for you, man. I've been following you for a long time. When I say a long time, relative to our trading time together. Uh, I like what you're about, but I have questions for you, my bro. So you
Yeah,
ready?
let's go.
First, okay, thank you. Who is Abdul Shabazz? If you were to say it in 1 to 2 sentences, how would you describe yourself? And we're going to get into the specifics of that later. But I want to know in 2 sentences, if that, who is Abdul? Who's the guy that I'm agreeing to be my mentor?
I would say that Abdul Shabazz is somebody who is not just involved, but committed to being a successfully consistent, profitable day trader. So that's who I am. Somebody that's not involved, somebody that's committed.
So when you say committed, you say you're not involved, emotionally involved. When you're trading, you're not involved, but emotionally you are involved as a trader. You are committed. How do you? Am I right
No,
there in
because
saying?
involvement and commitment is two different things. See,
Okay.
if you just involved, there may come a time when you become uninvolved. You might reach a certain level of hurt. You might reach a certain level of disgust. You might reach a certain level of pain, and then you just gonna stop. But when you committed to something, it doesn't matter what you go through. It doesn't matter the pain. It doesn't matter the time. You never gonna stop. So there's a lot of people who's involved in trading, and they ain't gonna make it to the other side. But those people who've made it to the other side, they committed to it. And that commitment comes with responsibilities that a lot of people are not gonna do. And that's what separates, the two.
And don't even want to say that. They don't even want to say. They don't want to say it to people because they're. That's the one thing I love about this page, by the way, of your channel, is when you take a paper cut or you take a cut, man, you say it. You're not trying to hide anything. This is how it is. This is the struggle of this career, and that is just impressive to me that you are the kind of person that can do that, because that it's very hard to admit, especially as a man, when you don't make the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
It's humbling. It is.
It's humbling. It's very humbling.
Is.
With that said, let me ask you this question. So how do you handle discouragement of when you do make a bad decision, when you do and your plan that's been successful for you in the past, and it's not working for you now? How do you come back to terms of, here I am again?
Well, what I do is I dig deep in my research, by tracking the trades. The very first thing I do when I take a loss is I said, let this become a lesson. But the only way I'm going to truly allow this to become a lesson is if I dissect it. Why did I take this trade? Not only why did I take this trade, what was I looking at? What was I feeling when I took this trade? Had something happened prior to it? Was I anticipating something to happen and I was just early? So I really have to break down those losses, and I actually spend more time studying my losses than I do my winners. My winners are simply because I followed my system. My losses are sometimes because 95% of the time I'm probably operating out of my system, but I still want to break that down because that's where the lesson comes from. So when I do find myself, on tilt, when I find myself on a losing streak, when I find myself, and when I take losses, I take losses in front of everybody. You know, and I have an
Yeah,
average of 100, 150,
but that's a real man.
200 people a day who watch, you know, so, but that's the reality of it. And because there are losses in trading, but I try to explain to people that there's a difference between taking a loss and being a loser. See,
Yes,
in
sir.
any
Yes, sir. No,
in
say it,
any
say it, say it.
business, in
Keep
any
on with that.
business you go into, you have to put some money up. That's called a gentleman's risk. You don't know if this business is going to be successful. I don't care if it's a flower shop or a pizza shop. You don't know if people are going to come in and buy your product. But even a man who opens a store, okay, let's say these Pampers come out, okay? You don't know if people are going to buy them. You buy one case. You don't buy a whole trailer full. So if people don't buy this one particular product, you're not out of business. You can then study more, relearn, revamp, go at it again. See, but as long as you have a predetermined amount that you're willing to risk to see if this will be successful, that's called a gentleman's risk. And as long as you don't lose $1 more than that amount, you're not a loser. That loss is just a gentleman's risk.
If you have
study it,
study
it, analyze it, and go back and attack it again. But if you lose $1 more, then you're a loser because now your emotions have become involved. And that's one thing that we want to eliminate is the involvement, you know, of our emotions. You know, again.
And that's one thing that sorry. That's one thing that I really like appreciate about this page is because in the past maybe I was like more towards, you know, like let's hit the jackpot, but it's more important to understand that, hey, if I have a fighting chance tomorrow, let's keep that. And it comes with responsibility, it comes with awareness, it comes with due diligence, it comes with a whole bunch of things that you are about on this page. And that's why I follow you, you know, because you are real, not just some real change, but you are a real person. You understand? With that said,
thank you, bro.
I have this question for you. In your mind, and I'm only asking you this question because you are a mentor, not just to me, but like you're mentor. So, in your mind, is there a difference between being a boss and being a leader? What is your take on that?
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Absolutely. I think it's a big difference between being a boss and being a leader. See, a boss just gives orders. A leader gives direction. See, a boss is just gonna sit back and he just gonna give orders. Do this. But a real leader is gonna get out there and say, let me show you how to do this by watching me.
And if you could agree with me on this, a leader is not somebody who would say, you cannot surpass me. That is the boss mentality. Surpass me, please, is a leader, because in that fresh mind frame, now that leader that was a leader could become a follower and gain new information and become a better person. That is the vision.
Because the leader's goal is to pass along information to see the people succeed. The leader's goal, the leader's goal is to make sure you acquire the necessary information. And I'm going to show you how to get it through demonstration. But my goal is to make sure that you have successfully been passed the baton of knowledge for you to keep going. And because of who you are, there's going to be somebody greater than you within that. But a boss, his mentality is that there's no one greater than him. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there who want to see you do good, just not better than them. You know what I mean?
How I felt about it, man. Because, you know, it's like a leader understands that a leader was a follower at once.
Absolutely.
at one point was a follower and became a leader, and will understand that the humility to become a follower again for information that somebody processed differently than you did can make you a better person. And that is some real change, for real.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And that is about this. That's about your channel. That's what I get from your channel, and that's why I fuck with you, man.
Man, that's deep, man. And I tell you another thing, that one thing I noticed about being a leader is that a leader doesn't even acknowledge he's a leader, because he's so busy trying to get the information and pass the information that he doesn't take time to sit back and try to glorify himself, because he know we haven't reached our destination yet. There's no reason for celebration. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got to keep going. You know, now it's time for us to, you know, reflect on what has happened, go back and get further in our preparation, so we can really come back, you know what I mean, and do what we need to do.
You know, there's one thing that maybe it's just me, I struggle with this, but there's something that I got to ask you about, how you deal with something when it comes to making decisions. Procrastination in this business is horrible. You have to know, and you have to be on point at all times. Understand not just your platform, how to work it, but your plan, your everything. You have to be meticulous and everything. You have to be on point. So being on point and showing that to your, let me say, I don't know how you would revert to them, students or whatever it is, a pupil, you know, whatever
teammates,
whatever it is.
Teammates.
Somebody
you know what I mean?
That you are.
Again, I refer to everyone as teammates. You know what I'm saying?
Teammates. Okay. So when you do have that situation in front of you, to where you're like, okay, you know, I have to be careful with my words. I have to be careful, because you're somebody that somebody looks up to. I look up to you. I will say that as a man, as a gentleman. There are people that you do have to follow in order to become a leader, and then the cycle goes on. You know, so when you do that, what do you expect from your students, from your teammates? What is the ultimate goal? What would make you a happy man, knowing that you did something for somebody else's life? Is it because they made money, or because they became a better person?
See, inadvertently in this business, you either gonna make money or you gonna go bust. you either gonna get rich, or you gonna run out of money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? But I think with me, again, it's because I've spent so much money with so many fake gurus out there, so many people who want to take advantage of you. You know, I want to present, you know, a platform where people can truly come, learn, benefit, prosper. We get our money out the market. I get my money from the YouTube views. I don't need to get it from the people. I get it from the views. You understand me? We built a community of people who are really successful, and then we started linking together and started making money moves, representing some real change in every sense of the word, having some real change, some real change. Listen, man, some real change. Summer camp, where you pick somebody from your family, somebody, nephew, niece, daughter, son, and say, listen, y'all got to come learn this. Get off that video game. You ain't finna go do nothing foolish. You about to sit down and learn these stocks, pass that on to the next generation. Imagine what that 15, 16, 17-year-old life would be like if they started learning this knowledge now, how they can change the whole dynamic of our family. Because see,
whole life and their family's life.
See, when we get money, you see what I'm saying? we can truly bless some people in our family. But when we give them the knowledge how to do this, only then can we change their lives. So that's what I want to see. I can't wait till we haven't.
You just said something very, 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 and I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to, but you know what? This is one of my questions that I asked you earlier is your mind frame on what you want out of this. Is it knowing that people are making money or knowing that people are becoming better people? However, hold on. I know that you already got something in your head though. Wait, so when you're in this business and you know that it's tough. It's tough at times. It's tough all the time. I mean, you're on a millisecond decision making life frame. Like, I don't know how, like, for lack of better words, you know what I'm saying? And you have people that want to be successful. You want to be successful. When Abdul Shabazz gets on that microphone at 9:25, what goes on in that head that says, hey, y'all gonna make some money, but not are you just gonna make some money, you are gonna make something of yourself. What's more important to you, bro?
Make it.
The money or the people?
People. Come with it.
Tell me why,
money,
bro. Tell me why.
Because here's the thing. In order to get the money, you have to be a certain kind of person. Let that marinate. See,
100, yeah.
In order to be a successfully consistent trader, in order for trading to change your life, in order for you to be able to treat the market as your ATM, in order for you to be able to change the dynamic of yourself and your family lives, you have to become a different person. And trading exposes you to yourself. It allows you to develop more as an individual. And as you realize that, you realize that in order to get to the money, I got to first become a person who is deserving of the money. And that's what people have to realize when they come in this market and they get discouraged because they don't instantly get it, or because they see everybody else with it and the levels, and because they don't get it, they get discouraged and stuff like that. I'm quick here to tell yourself. I'm here quickly to tell myself, because my ears are closer to me than they are to you. And I'm here to tell you, hold on.
Bro.
The reason you ain't got it yet, because you don't deserve it.
What? Say that
you
again.
Don't deserve it. That's why you're not a multi-millionaire trader yet, Abdul, because you don't deserve it. You ain't working hard enough. You ain't studying hard enough. You ain't practicing hard enough. You ain't tracking your trades hard enough. You're not analyzing hard enough. You ain't talking to your mentor enough. When you reach that level as a person, you're not giving enough. You're not praying enough. You're not fasting enough. You're not working out enough. And when you become that person, when you become that person, let me tell you something about success. Success doesn't know what day it is, what time it is. Success doesn't know what year it is. Success only knows, have you done
one direction
what is required in order for it to show up in your life. And until then, get your ass back to work. I don't care if it's Sunday, treat it like it's a Tuesday, treat it like it's a Wednesday. I don't care if it's Saturday, treat it like it's a Monday.
I don't care if you miss 3 flights and you get buzzed and you get fun with the fucking cops when you're going to Miami, because you have this agenda that you need to fucking fulfill, and that wasn't even for you, Abdul. I'm gonna tell you, look, for anybody who's listening, everybody who's listening, Abdul made it his mission to come to Miami to one of his teammates, as he says, teammates. This is why I ask you about what's more important, the money of the people, because I already know what the fuck is more important to you, bro.
Yeah.
You came to see me. Did you spend anything over here that you didn't need to spend? No. Because it's not about the money. It was about the people. And you showed up. You knew what the assignment is. You know what your assignment is, my bro.
Yes.
And that's why I fuck with you. And that is the thing that some real change has accomplished and is accomplishing, that's different from all of these other pages and all of these other channels and all that shit. Because man, you don't see them. You see the money. I know you see the money. You see the people, bro. And that I fuck with that, bro. I fuck with you with that.
Salute, my brother.
This is something that if you understand, you want to share it. And you're doing the work. You're doing God's work, my bro.
Thank you, man. I salute
Absolutely.
you, my brother.
I salute you. Much love.
Much love,
Yeah,
man. Brooke Sanchez.
Abdul Shabbat. Much love, bro.